Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Space Engineers. So, we're just kind of chilling in the ship. I've done some things. I will show you here. Firstly, if I go kind of around to the back, you may... Oh, I'm stuck. There we go. Okay. Go out here. You may notice something big in metal and unwelded that is now missing. So, yeah, I got rid of the WWE cage that we'd built, the mining guide. So it is now gone. And if I look up there, might be noticeable. Here, we'll just turn on that so I know when I run out of fuel. We've got a hole. I went ahead and drilled this all out. I can show you that in the grinding stuff now. Yeah. Oh, I missed a boulder. This is the downside of using the connector. Well, it's really specifically how I used the connector on the miner to drill that, because I was using the connector to dump into the little boxy thing, and sometimes I'd forget to tell it to stop dumping. So, yeah. And I think... Am I out of... How do I use... Yep, I'm out of hydrogen. Let's get some of that. Good thing I had the thing on to tell. So yeah. We are now ready to begin building that into a proper home. Which... I guess what I'll do... Luckily, all of the mass amounts of steel that was in that, I was able to reclaim. Don't know why it all went into the assembler. But, yeah, so we've got some steel. We've got a good bit of resources from all the stone we got. So, yeah, let's go. I guess first... Oh, I shouldn't have filled up my inventory. We'll leave the projector here. So, as I'd mentioned before, this thingy, it was not going to be the actual body of the base. It was just a drilling guide. So, now that it is done with the drilling, we don't need it. We've got this nice big room. It's roughly square. I need to redo my hotbar. That'll be good. And color. What color do I want to make this place? Huh. I mean, this world in general is very colorful. What would go good against the red? I feel like, honestly, maybe that. We'll just go with a default kind of light gray. I think that'll work well against the stone colors that we have here. And so where is that going to be our surface level? Yeah, I think that should work. So, my basic plan here, and actually I shouldn't do this with full blocks, should I? I've learned. Yeah, so the basic plan, I'm just going to cover the floor in steel. I might do some sort of support arches around, maybe like one at the front, one in the middle, one at the back. Sounds good. And that'll be about it. Those arches will let me place some lights so that we can see in here. Oh, that was one thing too. I want this front area is going to be it's going to actually stick out like this is. So it's going to be a sort of extended landing pad. So I guess what I can do then... yeah, so that'll be the edge. We'll go do the same on this side. So 7 blocks. Then in a couple. Okay. Then... I am curious. Well, I guess... So how, block strength works in Space Engineers, it's based on the amount of components that are in the block. So, for... let me check it. Yeah, so for one of these half light armor blocks, they have 12 steel plates in them, which means you have to destroy the 12 plates to destroy the block. One of the light armor panels, they have 5, so they are weaker. I don't know for sure the balance... Those take grids. I don't know the balance of sort of strength to cheapness. You know, in my head, I feel like the half armor is probably the better option for a floor just because it is, you know, semi-strong. But ooh, that could be dangerous. I don't know. We'll go with the half armor. Just because, if anything else, that's what I've done elsewhere, and it's, you know, more expensive than the panels, but it's not absurd. So, okay, so that'll be sort of our front. And we'll wrap this around to make the sort of front porch area. What if I go straight up from here? Okay. Yeah, that's about the right position there. Is it right on this side? Pretty close. I may want to move it back a block, though. Yeah, let's do that. So, what this'll do, it'll give us sort of a ring of natural stone and then a door sunk into it. Six. Yeah. So then we'll have this sort of frame run all along here. 5 and 6. Yeah, so on this side it just pokes out, but it's pretty much... There's no air behind the voxel on the back side. There we go. And I do want this to have a door, like blast door area. So what I may do... I could put it here, but that means this row of blocks has to not exist. Which actually could be fine. How would it... The only downside is we'd be able to see in the very corner at the top of one right here. But I could always do something like that just for those two or those three to blend them in a bit. Yeah, let's do it. To be honest, I'm sort of just designing and thinking out loud as I do it right now, which probably isn't amazing television, but I don't know. It's kind of... I didn't actually think about this before now, so I'm kind of having to make it up as I go. I remember when I designed the drill guide, I designed it specifically so that I could use blast door blocks to create a door, which is, I mean, a little bit less, what'd you call that? You have less creative freedom with it, because there's just one block, it's a certain length, and you have to fit it. But it does make the building of them much more simple and easy, because you don't have to design a door. So, okay. So I'll do that. I'll leave this row in the bottom empty, and that'll be where the lower layer of blast doors go. Then I'll have this upper layer where they just go right along. And that'll be good because then there'll be kind of a difference between these posts on each side and the thing that comes along. And conceptually, it means we have more room out the back. We actually, it's one more block length of hanger that we have. So, okay. Then I guess I just lay these out. This is probably going to be unexciting, so I'll just kind of do this. I may do a little fast forward, or I may just do a cut. I'll see you in a minute when I have a floor, or when I run out of steel. Okay. That is a floor. I think that works pretty well. Plenty of room in there. So, I guess... maybe what I'll do... because I can't actually use this to place any lights. How long is this? So... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 blocks deep. So if I want a sort of... maybe right here I put a frame. So... would be 29. So I have 27 blocks in between here. What if I just do by 4? I counted and then immediately refused to do math. So we'll just do it by testing. We'll use science. Okay. So that's 4 blocks between each, and it sort of works, except for right at the end. It's a little close. Though that's probably not a bad thing, because this will be different anyway. This isn't going to be the sort of support design. Yeah, I think that could work. Sure. Okay. So what I'll do then just make a sort of, well, I'll run out of steel. So I'll make them with sort of beams, just square for the moment, then I'll zhuzh them up a bit. To make them interesting. So, and the main purpose of these, because obviously I don't have to actually support the cave ceiling, but these will let me place lights, which I can use to illuminate the space. So 4 should be enough that I can pretty evenly light the room without having much issue. Actually, so if I don't do that one, don't do that. No, because that would delete that one. So if I get rid of that one. Okay, I may change this slightly again. We'll do every 8. And what that'll do, just kind of finish this so we have room in our inventory as we hover upside down. So what this'll do is give us a shadow area in between light sources. Because the interior lights, which are probably what I'll be using, have a pretty good range on them. And I want to use a lot of the range because I need it to get down to the ground. But it is kind of nice, especially in a large open area, to have a shadow mixed in with your light. So areas that the light doesn't quite reach, it'll make it feel a little bit more subterranean, underground. So, and it's less steel I have to use, so that is a benefit too. Okay. So I've got our supports. I think that's too big. One of these. Yeah, that should be good. Just to give a little bit of a curve and imply that there is some actual structural support for this big crossbeam. That should work. And because of how the cave wall kind of curves ever so slightly, it should make it look more like it's following that curve, which will be nice. Okay. So that's that. How much? Got a bit of fuel. So the next step is out here. And I have an idea for it. So, we can get rid of this block. I'm gonna leave this, 1, because it's a free source of power, and 2, because having this sort of thickness gives me space in here where I can run piping that's protected and covered from both sides, and it kind of gives the platform out here some structural thickness, which I think will make it make more sense. Because you wouldn't be able to just have a flat, flat bar of metal sticking out. You'd think it would need some sort of support down into the stone. So, have 5 across there. I'm gonna miss. What I'm gonna do is use a sort of strategy similar to some of what I did on the Martian dome. I will kind of use the blocks to make it curve shape. Yeah, like that. And then what we can do is have the underside sort of kind of curve in. So it'll be like the dome, but upside down. Sort of like a bowl. It'll make sense in a minute. So we'll do some of those. Some of those. Just spin that around wildly. Some of those. Repeat it on the other side. I'm out of fuel, so we're gonna go land. Glad I checked that, because otherwise we would have been taking the express route down. Okay. Put that up. And while I'm here, just pop in and refill our power. There's the one downside to doing all this designing kind of while on a planet. You really use a lot of fuel, especially a heavy gravity planet. Oh, actually, that's good. So you can kind of see what we're working with just from down here. It'll be this sort of circular thing sticking out. That'll be the sort of indicator of where the base is. You can land out there for just, you know, quick deployment. You'll be able to come out here, look out over the world, which actually that's really pretty. That's wicked, actually. It's amazing because it's not a very, I mean, you know, there's a lot going on in the game, but looking at the individual components, you wouldn't necessarily say it's beautiful compared to some of what we have nowadays. But just the fact that it sets you up to see just such sweeping vistas. I mean, all that, it looks like a matte painting in the background of another game. And I can just go there. I could go build something on that island, or on that cliff. I am tempted to do something on that island, though I don't know what. Yeah. Very pretty game. Despite what you would expect. Okay. So we'll do that. There we go. We can fill in the interior with half blocks, I think. But while we have fuel, let's do down here. We'll see if I leave those or get rid of them. The reason I'm putting them, when you have two, I guess, slopes that meet each other, if they don't have a block behind them, there's a notable line, sort of a seam. Putting that block in there gets rid of the seam. I could put something thinner than these, just to kind of hold it in place, but I don't know. We'll see. I may change it, I may not. I may have to find some more lucrative source of metal than just digging dirt. So that is something. So you probably have noticed all the air traffic flying around this place. I think this may be a good candidate of a spot to try and do some piracy. So we tried on Mars, but the issue on Mars is there really weren't any ships that were weak. As bad as that sounds, you know, I'm not very good, so I need something that's also not very good to have a chance of defeating it. So yeah, there's more stuff out here. I feel like we have a better chance finding something that we can actually deal with. Okay. Fuel. Still got some. Let's go ahead. I will say, when you get used to doing some of these things in creative where you can have mirroring, it gets really it's really nice, and then it's really unfun when you no longer have mirroring and have to do it all by hand. Because I know I do all this intricate moving and connecting of things, and I know I have to do it again on the other side, which is a bummer. Nope, there we go. So, I'm gonna switch to these just so it kind of arcs in a little bit more. I actually made this thing with enough dimensions. I could have done the traditional before the fourth set of blocks thing of just having the 2x1 deals continue all the way down, and then I connect them with one of these at the bottom. Which works, and is how we had to do it for many, many moons. But this gives it a nice sort of tapering in effect, which is more, you know, more accurate to what a bowl would do. Yeah. It's not very easy to tell with the wireframe, as I often say, but, you know, I have vision, so you'll see it in a minute. Yeah. Okay. So that is that. Oh, except for up here. Oops. Now, what to do next? Whoops. So I could cover this up, but I may leave it open just so I remember that I have the space and can get down here. Gonna need a lot of steel. Maybe what I'll do... The miner should have fuel again. Maybe I go searching for more ore. Because if I can find a source of iron, I'll be in a much better spot to actually do this. So I'm going to need a lot of it. Yeah, so let's hop down here. That's fun to do. How much fuel do you have? Not much. And it looks like should be connected. Yeah. I am connected, right? Yes. Okay, so we're out of ice on this, which means all we have is the fuel in its tanks. We can go ahead and take some. Should be fine, because again, this thing doesn't really use a lot comparatively. Though, I guess the large tank to, I think, can't remember how many small tanks are on the Yellow Submarine, but there are definitely... It might be a little closer than I anticipate. Okay, well that should be good. Go ahead and take off. I guess see... Don't know if it'll be easier or harder to tell at night. So they look like black spots, but they're more notable than I think these black spots. Unless they aren't, and these are ore marks. Hello, any ore down here? No. Nope. Yeah, so they're more notable than those. I don't know for sure what they'll look like on the ground. Oop, there goes that one. Maybe try kind of circling around up here. Relatively low. Are these some? Or no, that's just slime. Oh, that's a boulder. What's in this? Silicon. Don't need that. Okay. Are those boulders or bushes? I think those are bushes. Sad when it's hard to tell. It's a nice little valley. But could that be... Hold on. These look somewhat marky. Oh, okay, so they are... So they're very hard to spot, and they are also just white. There is magnesium, which is handy. Because I don't think we have any... We may have brought some to make more bullets, but I don't know. Yep, so silicon up here. Excuse me, tree. Okay, well, let's mark this. So we know there's magnesium here. Magnesium. Alright. I guess we'll keep going. Those might be some more on the side of this cliff face. These marks or slime? Those are slime. Yeah, because I think that over there is slime. That be something up here? Hope there's a boulder. Hope this isn't more silicon. Magnesium. That may be handy to know, because I don't have to dig down to it. Move from current position. Guess we'll just... MG boulder. Alright. So up here. Is this just slime as well? Looks like it was. Oh, wait. Is that something I saw? No. Okay. Let's head back out over the ice, because I feel like the ice is a little bit easier to tell on. Oh. Okay, I'm pulling up in time. Yeah. Ice, ice, ice. Just curious, because it would be fun. If there's anything of value on this island. Some ice. Nah. Nothing good there. So... yeah, so we've got that over there with the cobalt. Oh, right. They weren't dark patches, they were light patches. Which is why they're light everywhere. This, I think, was just the silver. Oh, no. Silicon nickel over here. Just gonna kind of back to the end of it. Seems to be there. That's nice, but again, not iron. Okay. Well, that does answer. I was gonna say it's kind of odd. Normally, oh, there's some magnesium here. We'll mark this as better magnesium. Because I shouldn't need... like, I shouldn't need 2 whole deposits. If anything, I don't really plan on being here that long. Okay, and that's done. Let's raise back up. So, I was gonna say it seems odd. Generally, especially a big ice lake like this, there tend to be multiple segments of, or multiple patches of ore, rather, in different spots. So here's another one. I've not scouted this. I'm hoping one of these patches has iron in it. Come on, iron. There's ice. Nickel. Okay. Nickel, cobalt, iron! Haha! Alright. Okay. So it's like right below, whoops. Right below here. We'll back off a bit. Because I kind of want to be able to, dang it, approach it. Okay, that should be fine. So, we'll set a GPS here for our iron mine. We'll go ahead and made a group for them. Where are they? There they are. No, there they are. We'll go ahead and turn these on, because we no longer need to collect the stone. Now we want to get rid of it so we can store more iron. But I do want the ice to refuel. So, I shouldn't throw it out. Nah. Ooh, forgot how hard it is to see. Dang. Well, it's good to know I have the site. That's about full. I don't really want to waste all that by right-click drilling the ice. In theory, it shouldn't go down all the way to the iron. There will be a segment of stone under there. So, once I get through the ice layer, I can right-click drill and that'll speed it up a bit, and maybe once I collect a good bit, I just won't care anymore. But, okay, that's good. That solves one of our big problems. If we can drill in there, we should be able to get enough material to actually build this base. So, oh, we're going. Are we gonna stop? Okay, we did. I was ready to turn and use the big boosters to stop us. We don't want another green part tacked on. Okay. And these actually need to go into this. Because this is where the ice generation is. And line myself up. There we go. Connect. Turn those off. Now, the generator should be... Yeah, it's pulled the ice in. Okay. Well, that's that. I feel like it's going to be too short an episode, but I've kind of reached a point I could wait until I've done all this and then film a little bit more. That seems like a pain. And oh, okay. Apparently I can't walk up that very easily. Yeah. I think what I may do, it'll just be a slightly shorter episode, and that's life. So, yeah. We've made some good progress. We have that pretty much all ready to go. We just have to weld it, and I have some ideas for how to make that a little bit more manageable and more entertaining, maybe. We've got some various sources of ores that could come in handy, namely the iron, which will allow us to actually build anything. And, yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good episode. So, thank you everybody for joining and watching. Feel free to check out any of the, I can't speak, any of the other stuff I've done. Yeah, until next week, bye-bye.